Hello, everyone. So it's been 372 days. That's the time since I last stood up in front of you at a Cintra conference. In those 372 days, as a group, we've acquired 4 new businesses. We've completed 2 business migrations onto the Cintra platform. We've rolled out compliance to more group companies. We've implemented new support software and a new help site. We've rolled out features into the product that have extended its capability. And that's to name but a few. It's fair to say it's been quite a busy 12 months. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Dan Brooker. I'm the COO of the PSSG. I'm going to take the next few minutes going through some of those updates in a bit more detail and trying to give you a bit of a clearer understanding of what we are able to invest in thanks to the support of all of our customers. We're absolutely dedicated to making Cintra the best provider of HR and payroll services in the UK. That is only possible with investment in our product, in our people, and in our processes. And we can only invest in those things when we've got the support of our customers. We need to work with you to understand where we can improve, but also give us the ability to grow and make those investments. I'm going to start with a topic that is the bedrock of everything we do. It's a key part of our DNA. Our business is about giving you the confidence and absolute faith that your people are going to be paid every month. To make that happen, we need to ensure our processes and information security are robust. Any issues with data immediately impact payroll. Compliance is such an important part of our business, and it's where we put so much focus to make sure we've got the nuts and bolts right. This isn't just in terms of technical solutions, but also giving training and focus to all of our staff so that they all know the right thing to do at the right time with your data. We're incredibly aware of the current threats to our industry from cyber criminals. Large-scale hacks are being reported ever more often in the news, as we will have been aware of with Zealous, with the Move It hack that we all saw a few weeks ago. And so over the last 18 months, we've made huge strides in this area. The first big decision we made was to move away from our on-premise solution. That's something that we've now completed, with every single one of our clients now operating in the Cintra cloud. On-premise requires dedicated hardware, regular maintenance, and IT expertise to make sure that everything is functioning securely. On the other hand, cloud-based payroll solutions leverage the power of the internet. Data is stored on servers managed by third-party providers with increased levels of security. Every time a PC is exposed to a network, the risks grow. We want as few of those risks to exist as possible. And that's why we took this step to move everyone into our hosted environment. So why is your data safer in our cloud? We go through regular penetration tests, which are performed to identify and address any vulnerabilities. We've partnered really closely with the National Cybercrime Security Centre to enhance our situational awareness. We've adopted a defense-in-depth strategy, meticulously controlling network access. That prevents unauthorized logins and strictly regulates permissions across the network. Even if an intruder manages to bypass that, we've put in place really strong data loss protection tools that enable us to protect the data at that point. To reinforce our heightened security, we've made sure that they are as robust and fully tested as they possibly can be. Each year, we're investing hundreds of thousands of pounds to make sure that is at the top level it possibly can be. Now, no one can offer you a cast-iron guarantee that your data will never be compromised. But our cloud tool and moving away from on-premise solutions has dramatically increased your resilience and data security. Now that we have all the customers hosted in our cloud, the next step on the journey is changing the way you log in. Our current VPN and IPsec channels are outdated. They leave us with multiple routes into the system and are hard to maintain. This is a burden on your IT as well as our IT. By eliminating the need for VPN and IPsec, we are able to increase the simplicity of the product and add more features. Without the VPN, we will also see many of the connectivity issues that have been present previously disappear. It will also mean we can deliver faster and more resilient speeds on the system as data is not being forced through tunnels, as well as offering access to systems from anywhere in the world. We've now started the process of moving to this new VPN-less login, which on top of the things I've already mentioned, is secure. It includes multi-factor authentication and gives us extra security around our own systems. Without multiple routes in, we can ensure that the front door is locked and we only give the keys to the people who need it. One further potential risk area that we've identified in the business is around backs. At the moment, this is a single point of failure for payments. Whilst we know it's an incredibly robust system and one we've never had issues with to date, you can never be too careful. For that reason, we're currently in the process of implementing a contingency plan for a scenario where backs is down. That means that we can make faster payments on the day for any employee payments that need to be made. This gives us an extra 48 hours should there be any issues with the back software. So far, I've talked about the plans that we've made and the things we're doing to better ensure compliance and the resilience of our systems. So how can you be sure that we're doing the right things? We're very open about the need to be tested. We do this through external audits of all the different facets of our business. At the present time, we're certified to ISO 9001, ISO 27001. We're a BACS accredited bureau. We have a CIPP PASS certification. At this very moment, we're in the middle of recertifying the ISO certifications, which is why our compliance team aren't here today. We're also extending those certifications to the other group companies beyond Cintra. But we're not satisfied with that. Over the last few months, we've been working incredibly hard to have Cintra certified to ISAE 3402, which is more commonly known as the SOC 2 report. This is something that many of you in the room have mentioned a requirement for, and we're really pleased to be able to say that that is happening. The test period is running from April until October, so all things going well, and everything's gone well so far. We expect to have that report ready to give you at the end of October and confirm that we are certified to ISAE 3402. This is another example of our ongoing desire to deliver the most robust set of controls around your data that we can. Moving on from compliance and looking at the delivery teams, it's been a hugely successful year. There have been a number of product features which have been added to the system. These have all enhanced the customer experience, mainly in terms of the Cintra Cloud, and I've just highlighted a few of them here. There's a split here among the features that have been driven by our internal teams to increase efficiency, and ones that have been driven by clients in order to make the processing more robust and improve the overall experience. We're constantly looking for ways to improve the platform and add functionality. Coming from an accounting background myself and being a bit of a self-confessed data nerd, the one on here that I'd like to really highlight is the reporting beta near the bottom there. That is the way that we are building out reports in our cloud product. It gives you the ability from a view to create the report that you want in an easy drag and drop method, much in the way that you would with a pivot table in Excel, and export that data into your system. At the moment, it's only in a beta phase, but as this grows throughout the database, this will be a real point of difference for us, giving you as customers the ability to see what your data is at any point in time. For us, it's about creating and delivering a brilliant customer experience. That experience is so important. We're striving hard to create a product and service that our customers love and want to recommend. Now that we've fully embedded all of these solutions into our cloud and our outsourced operations, we've been able to focus on how to make that experience of customers better and better. Thankfully, it seems to be working. As you should be aware, we conduct an NPS survey on a quarterly basis. The scores we've achieved in the core outsourced business have seen a real improvement over the last 12 months. And you can see there the last 4 quarters worth of our NPS surveys. We're exceptionally proud of the current score, but we're certainly not going to be resting on our laurels. There are always more features that we can add. There are always improvements that we can make to customer service. And that's what we'll be looking to deliver over the coming 12 months. One of our main tenets as a group is our desire to have a single focus. We want to operate a single product for every function. We want to have a single process for every task. We want to have a single one way of working. It is that desire that means when we make business acquisitions, we go through what we call a migration phase. This is when we purchase a business that is operating payrolls on a system that isn't the Cintra IQ system. We want to move them onto that system so that we can have resilience across the group. As I mentioned at the start, we've completed 2 such acquisitions or completed 2 such migrations in the last 12 months. The first of these was the online payrolls business, where we've migrated 159 payrolls, over 5,500 pay slips, and trained 7 staff to be using the Cintra systems. At Just Payrolls, we moved 250 payrolls, over 6,500 pay slips, and trained 9 more staff on the Cintra platform. This means that as a business, we now have greater coverage of the UK, as Eric mentioned. We have more capacity to run payrolls in the UK market, and all of that is done on one system with one set of controls and one set of processes. We are now more robust and more resilient as a group. On top of the new business migrations I've already mentioned, we've migrated all our on-premise instances to the cloud, as I mentioned earlier. That follows on from the migration away from our old Cintra payroll product onto Cintra IQ in the prior year. All of that together means that we now have around 250,000 pay slips being processed every single month on Cintra IQ. In June, that was across 3,122 payrolls, and that equates to around 1% of the UK population working. The next area of our operations I want to touch on is our support team. Here, like the rest of the business, we've been hard at work making improvements. I want to go through 3 things from this team to highlight where we've been putting that effort in. The first of which is our Zendesk support software. With the software now fully embedded, we've moved to a ticket-based support model. Now, that doesn't mean we don't accept emails, we definitely do, but we would definitely encourage you to try and use that ticket-based system. This allows you, when you log on through the website, to raise your ticket, to set your level of urgency, and as you put your topic in for the ticket that you're raising, the system will automatically deliver you suggested articles, help sites, and how-to guides on how to deal with the problem that you are facing. We have a very strict set of internal SLAs, which we target the team with achieving. Having this software in place allows us to better monitor those SLAs. It allows us to view where we've got potential issues and jump on them much quicker. This has meant the move to allowing tickets to be, the urgency of tickets to be set by the customer has seen a huge growth in urgent tickets being raised, as you would imagine. Everyone's issue is urgent. But that really helps us, because if we don't know that it's urgent, and from an email that's very difficult to identify, we don't know how quickly to respond to it. Our urgent tickets have gone from what we used to have of around 6 or 7 a month to about 70 or 80 a month. Our SLA for those urgent tickets is much shorter than a normal ticket. So we've been jumping on them really quickly, and hopefully you've seen the response rates improve on those in those areas. The one thing I would say is we do reserve the right to downgrade your ticket urgency. Sometimes what is urgent to you, we might have to take a view on. That brings me to the second development that we've been working on this year, which is our new support site. This has been completely refaced with new content added. It's easily accessible through the Cintra website. It's easily searchable. And we're constantly adding to the library of resources with FAQs and how-to guides being added. With the dawn of AI, we're working to increase the content on the help site in both quantity and quality. Harnessing the tools that are now available will allow us to use the content of support tickets to generate articles and guides that will speed up the process, will add more content, and give you a better functioning help site. As I've already said, as you raise support tickets, you'll be pointed to the guides that already exist on the help site. So again, I really would encourage you to raise support tickets through that website, and so you can see how that help site is improving and you can make the best benefit of what is on there. The last thing that I want to touch on is our status page. This has been in place for around about 4 months now, and gives you a really clear view of where our systems are. At any point where you log in, you can see if we have any issues with our system. You can also subscribe to this page. After you subscribe to it, any updates in the performance of the platform will be notified directly to you by email. What this has meant is when we have had outages, which thankfully don't happen very often, rather than having a flurry of support tickets, we're able to be on the front foot and let you know exactly what is happening and when we intend to have that dealt with. So, from our perspective, it's been a fantastic 12 months. There's masses of work going on behind the scenes. We've made great strides across the operational departments. And that's really driven our ability to deliver a more efficient and robust service for all of you. We're looking forward to the next year and building on that work. It's exciting times at Cintra, and I'm so glad that you're with us on this journey. Thank you very much.